This is the Roulette Master, and you're going to absolutely love this new roulette system from one of my subscribers, Rick Clark. He's been working on this, he says, for 65 years. He's been putting roulette systems together, and he said this is the one. So I can't wait to share it with you, and we're going to put his system up against the Play Like a Pro system today, and I can't wait to see which one makes the most money in 15 minutes. We'll start with Play Like a Pro first, and then we'll get to Rick Clark's new system that he's been working on all these years. And let's go ahead and get started. All right, Play Like a Pro is up first today. We're going to be looking for 2 in a row of any of the 6 outside bets. That's 1 to 18, even, red, black, odd, or 19 to 36. You can already see there's 2 odd numbers, the last 2, the 17 and the 27. So we can start with even for $10. And let's do that. And then we'll set our timer for 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. All right, I use this one a lot in the casino. I think you'll really like it if you haven't seen this before. And if you have, it's a good refresher. So here is a loss. So we're just going to rebet and double. We're going to stay on even. We have our 2 head start by having the 2 odds before we started spinning. And here we go. And that's a 14 red. And we have the win. So whenever you get a win, you look for a new bet. We're up $10 now. And for the first time today, we need to spin without betting, but you don't have to do that very much with the Play Like a Pro system because you do have 6 outside bets to look at. And let's see what we have here. And now we have 2 evens in a row, so we can go odd for the next bet for $10. You can see we're still up 10, and let's go ahead and spin here. Just a minute into the first 15 minutes of this competition between Play Like a Pro and Rick Clark's new system. That's a $10 win. We're up 20, and we have 2 black and 2 19 to 36 right here. So we could go red, or we could go 1 to 18. Let's go ahead and go 1 to 18 for 10, and spin. You can choose which one you want if there's 2 of them with 2 in a row, and there's a win right there with 5 red. We would have won that one either way. So we're already up $30 with Play Like a Pro, and we have 2 odd in a row. So we're going to go even for 10. You have all 6 of those outside bets to try to find something that has a 2 head start, and that's a 30 red. And that's a win. So we're already up $40. Like I said, I use this in the casino a lot to make money, and we're going to be on black now because the last 2 are red. So let's go ahead and spin here. Here we go. That's a 19 red. That's a loss, so we'll double the bet, but we have a nice 2 head start in the progression. Now we have a $20 total bet here. And here we go. That's a 14 red, and that's another loss. So we're going to double again. Now we're going to go from 20 to 40 and spin again here. This is a really good system to use in the casino to make consistent profit. And but there's another loss at 40. This is why it's so important to have the correct bankroll when you're playing like this. And I use $1,300 when I'm using $10 units with Play Like a Pro. And we lost again, so we're going to go to 160. But the great thing is we still have plenty of tries left to get a black number here. And we got one, so that's a 10 black. As long as you win before you run out of bankroll, you're going to be just fine. And we're up 50. You still pick up another unit of profit. We're going to be on 19 to 36, and this is where it's really nice is when you have 4 in a row. We only require 2 in a row, but there's 4 in a row right now of the opposite. So we're going to go 19 to 36 now for 10. And what do you know? We hit it. So that really gives you a nice head start in the progression, and we're up $60 already. We can go odd or red with this next one. Let's go ahead and go odd for 10. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. Let's see what we get here. And that's a loss. That's a 26 black. So we'll double the bet on odd. All right, now we have a $20 total bet on odd. Here we go. All right, that's a 19 red. And we got it. So we're up 70. We can go 1 to 18 for 10 now because the last 2 are 19 to 36. Actually, the last 3. That's even better. Let's go ahead and spin And we're 4 minutes in out of 15 minutes with Play Like a Pro. And then we have Rick Clark's new system coming up, which I think you guys are going to love. So stay tuned for that. And let's go ahead and double the bet to 20 on 1 to 18 after that loss. And here we go. Okay, that's a 28 black. And that's a loss again. So we'll go from 20 to 40. And spin again here. Here we go. Let's see what we get. Okay, that's a 4 black. And that's a win. So we're up 80 now. We can go odd or red. Let's go ahead and go red this time for 10. And we're up again, up $80. And here we go. Let's see what we get here. All right, that's a 36 red. Fantastic. So that gets us up $90 already. Let's go odd for 10. And spin again. And that's 11 black. Fantastic. And we're up $100 already. We need to spin without betting for the first time in a long time. We've only done it one other time because we have all 6 bets to look for a 2-head start. And now we have 2 odd, 2 black. We can go even or we can go red. Let's go red for 10. Again, $100 profit so far. Let's go ahead and spin. We're 5 minutes, 35 seconds in out of 15. That's a 27 red. And that's a win. So we're up 110 looking for our next bet. We'll be on 1 to 18 for 10 now. Because the last 2 are 19 to 36. And here we go. That's a 2 black. All right, another win. You can see we're already up $120. I just love playing Play Like a Pro. Let's go ahead and spin again here. And for the 3rd time today, we need to have 2 in a row to bet against. And let's see what we get here. That's a 16. So we have 2 even and 2 1 to 18. So we could go 19 to 36 or we can go odd. Let's go odd for 10. And spin. Here we go. Let's see what we get. That's a 4 black, and that's a loss. So we'll double to 20. And spin again here. Let's see if we can get a win. That's an 18 red, and that's a loss. So this is why it's so important to have the correct bankroll. Now we're going to have 40 on there. Again, I use 1,300 when I play $10 units on Play Like a Pro. And there's another loss with a 0. I will tell you one thing though. When I hit 0, I don't increase the bet. I take a little bit of a loss. So this is something I do. You might want to do, but instead of going to 80 here, I just go ahead and take that little bit of loss, and I stay at 40. And the reason I do that is because almost every time you lose your bankroll, it's because, and you can see we lost again there. Now we're going to go to 80. But almost every time you lose your bankroll, it's because there's a 0 in that progression. And let's see if that saves us. That's a 14 red. So now we're going to 160. And let's go ahead and spin. We still have 3 more tries to get it, but we would only have 2 if we, and look at that. So it happened again. So we're not going to increase the bet amount. We're going to stay the same at 160. We'll take a slight loss. And I think that's really important because zeros really do wreck your bankroll. And there's another loss. So we're at 320 now. And let's go ahead and spin. We'll have 1 more chance after this one. And we got the win. So that's a really good learning lesson there, even though that cut into our profit. We're going to have to build it back up. But if we had not done that with the 0, then we would have lost our bankroll. So I'm telling you, almost every time you lose your bankroll, there's a 0 mixed in that progression. Let's go ahead and spin without betting now and get something to bet on, and let's try to get back ahead. And I realize we lost a little bit, but it's a lot better than losing your whole bankroll. And you just jump right back on track. Let's go 1 to 18 for 10. And we're 8 minutes and 43 seconds in. But protecting your bankroll is the most important thing out of anything I can show you. Or it's just so important. So let's go ahead and double to 20 on 1 to 18. I would guess at least 65% of the time, if you lose your bankroll, it's because there's a 0 in there somewhere amongst whatever you were betting against. So let's go ahead and double again and spin on 1 to 18 here. And that's an 8 black. And that's a win. So we're minus 60 right now because of that. But we're in a much better position than if we had lost our bankroll. Let's see if we can get some wins here and get back ahead again. That's a 22 black. And that's a loss. So let's go ahead and double to 20 here. And here we go. That's a 12 red. Yeah, I know some of you are probably saying, well, what if it's early in the progression? I still do it, and I'll tell you why here in a second. This is a $40 bet. That's a 3 red. Because you might not think it's going to matter if it's early in the progression. Let's go ahead and find a new bet here. We can bet on 19 to 36 now after that win. The last two are low numbers, so let's go ahead and bet on 19 to 36 for 10. So the reason I do it if it's early in the progression as well, if I hit a 0 or double 0, to not increase the progression, and first we'll double this to 20, is because early in the progression it costs you less. Basically, you wouldn't lose as much if it didn't work out. And later in the progression, it costs you a little more, but it's still worth it. And let's go. We can go even or black. Let's go even for 10. And let's get back ahead again here. We're 10 minutes and 52 seconds in. And that's a 29 black. And it went the other way. So let's go ahead and go even for 20. And spin. And most sessions when I use Play Like a Pro, I always finish ahead. But when I do sit out on the zeros like this, sometimes it takes longer to get ahead, and that's okay. So we got to win there. Let's go ahead and go 1 to 8. Well, we can go 1 to 18 or red. Let's go red for 10. And here we go. Let's see what we get here. That's another loss, though. That's a 26 black. So not having the best luck, but we're okay. We still have most of our bankroll, and all we need is patience and bankroll to succeed playing roulette, and that's a 7 red. And that's a win. So we're minus 20. Let's spin without betting. Here we go. And that's a 32 red. Okay, we'll be on black now for 10. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. There's a win with a 29 black. All right. So now we can go 1 to 18 for 10. And if we get this one, we're back to even, and we can start making money again. The important thing, and there's a loss. So this is what I was telling you before. Even if you're early in the progression, I do not increase after a 0 or double 0. So let's go ahead and just rebet at 10 and spin again. I'm perfectly fine if we have a $10 loss. And that's a 28 black. And I know it doesn't seem like you should need to do that when you're early in the progression. And most of the time you won't need to, but it's still worth it, because if it's the one extra time of doubling saves you, then it's really worth it. And I can't tell you how many times that's saved me in the past. We're 13 minutes in out of 15. That's a 17 black. All right, that's a win. So we need one more now. Let's go red for 10, since the last 3 are black. See if we can get win on red. I think we're going to get one here. We did. That's a 12 red. So that gets us back to 0. And let's go 19 to 36 for 10. And let's get ahead and make some profit. We have about a minute and a half left here. And that's a 17 black. That's a loss. So we will double the bet to 20 and spin again. And that's a 20 black. And that's a win. So we're up 10 now. We can go, we'll need to go red on this next one for 10. We have a minute left on this one. And then we're going to head into Rick Clark's new system that he's been working all these years to perfect. And we're up 20. Let's go odd now for 10 because the last two are even. We're up 20 now, and here we go. And that's a 24 black. That's a loss. So we will double the bet and spin. Okay, that's a 32 red. That's another loss, so we'll double it again to 40 and spin. This is why you need the $1,300 bankroll with this one. And here we go. That's a 13 black. And that's a win, so that gets us up 30. And we need to spin without betting. And it looks like we're going to run out of time here while we're spinning on without betting on this one, and we are. That's 15 minutes is up. And Play Like a Pro only made $30, but that's a lot better than losing a $1,300 bankroll. So I hope you learned something with sitting out the progression on the 000. Usually makes a lot more than that in 15 minutes, but the key is to consistently make money without losing your bankroll. So I hope you really enjoyed that first session there with Play Like a Pro. And I use that a lot in the casino. Now, though, it is time for Rick Clark's new roulette system. I can't wait to share it with you. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Here we go. All right, it is time for Rick Clark's new roulette system, and I can't wait to share it with you. He's been working on this a long time, and he says it's going to really help you win money at the casino. Once we get the first bet placed, I'll start the timer, and here we go. So we're going to be looking at the last two bets here. We're going to have two in a row to bet against, just like Play Like a Pro. But he a lot of times uses three, so keep that in mind. But for the video today, we're going to use two, and we have actually three low numbers right there. So we can, if there is three, we always want to start with that. So we're going to start with a $5 bet on, that would be on 19 to 36. Let's go ahead and spin. And this system isn't going to be all about doubling the bet, and there's going to be a lot more to it. So here we go. That's a loss. So we're going to start out by doubling, and then things are going to change once we have a couple losses, and I'll show you what to do next. That's a 10 black, and that's another loss at 10. So we're going to go to 20. And if we lose this, we'll go to 40, but that's the last time we're going to double. And that's very different than a lot of these systems, and that is another loss. So you might get to see the next part of this really quickly today, unless we get a win right here on 19 to 36. Here we go. Okay, and we lost. So now we are down $75. We're not going to continue to double from 40 to 80. What we're going to do is we're going to now bet against what we were just doing there still. So we have all the low numbers. We're still going to bet on 19 to 36, but we're going to bet $25. So we went from 40 to 25. Okay, and we got the win. Okay, now we're going to stay on 19 to 36, and we're going to increase the bet after that win. You can see we won at 25. We're going to go to 35. And spin. So we're increasing bets after wins instead of losses. And there's another win. So we got it. Now we're going to increase the bet from 35 to 40. And I'm going to share this entire progression, the backside of this progression with you as well. But we've gone from 25 to 35 to 40 after wins. And that's an 18 red. Okay, so now you can see we picked up a little bit of profit there, but we're still minus 55. And now we're going to go back to the 10-20, the 5, 10, 20, 40. So let's go ahead and go odd for 5 now. And let's go ahead and spin here. And a lot of times you can go 5, 10, 20, 40 and keep winning for a while and cash out and never have to go to the second phase of this. But we're going to talk a lot more about that as we go through here. And let's go ahead, and now we're going to have a $10 bet on odd. And let's go ahead and spin. And that's a loss, so we'll go from 10 to 20. Let me clear that one out. There we go. We're at $20. We went 5, 10, 20. That's an 8 black. Okay, and now we're going to go to 40. And again, this is as far as we double with this system. And that's a 7 red. Okay, and that's a win. So now we go 19 to 36 for a 5 because the last 3, and if there are 3, you want to go with 3 out of the 6 outside bets. We're going to put 5 on 19 to 36. Let's go ahead and spin. And I'm glad we actually struggled at the beginning, so I can show you, he says safety is the #1 key to playing roulette, and I agree. So protecting that bankroll, just like what we were talking about with Play Like a Pro earlier, protecting the bankroll is #1, and that's how he developed this system. There's another win. So we're minus 45 because we started out a little bit rough, but that's okay. We're going to be on even for 5 now. And here we go. And that's a 2 black. That's a win. So now we're going to spin without betting for the first time. We need at least 2 to bet against. We'd prefer 3. And that's 25 red. Okay, so now we need to do it one more time. Let's go ahead and spin here. And I'm going to share with you the entire positive progression that you go into in phase 2 as we go through here. Let's go ahead and go black now, 4, 5. Last 2 are red. Let's go ahead and spin. Okay, and that's a 33 black. That's a win. So now we can go 1 to 18 on the next one for 5. Let's go ahead and spin. And this is such a safe system that he says he actually just tries to win 30 on each session, but sometimes he comes back and does it over and over again. But that's the goal. Let's go ahead, and now you can see we won that one. We're going to be on, we can go even or red. Let's go even for 5. And he says most of the time you can win $30 without even ever going to phase 2. But it's much safer, he says. So let's go ahead now. We need to spin without betting after that loss. This is a bankroll protecting roulette system. That's a 1 red. And now we can go black for 5. Let's go ahead and spin. We're minus 25 here. Here we go. That's a 31 black. And that's a win, so we can go even now. The last 2, again, we prefer 3, but we need at least 2 to bet against. Let's go ahead and spin again here. We're 5 minutes, 25 seconds in out of 15, and that's a 20 black. And that's a win, so we'll go, we can go 1 to 18, or we can go red. Let's go red for 5. And let's get a few more wins and get back in profit. And then I'm going to also go over the entire progression with you of the positive progression in phase 2, and you ride it all the way to the end if you keep winning, and it can really make you a lot of money, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit. 1 to 18, last 3 actually are 19 to 36, and Rick says that's optimum if you can wait for 3 in a row, and that's a 27 red. So let's go ahead and double the bet now, but remember we just go 5, 10, 20, 40. That's as far as we double. And that's a 9 red. That's a win. We'll take it. We're only minus 5 now. We can go even. Let's go actually even or black. Let's go ahead and go even on this one for 5. We're 6.5 minutes in here, and that's a 16 red. Fantastic. So now let's go black for 5, and let's see if we can get it in profit here. And that's a 14 red. And the great thing about this system is you don't need a huge bankroll either, even though it always helps. Let's double that from 5 to 10. Because the martingale stops after 5, 10, 20, 40. And now we're up 5. Let's go ahead and go odd. Looks like the last 3 are even. Let's go odd for 5 now. Now we're getting ahead a little bit here, and But I want to show you that positive progression in phase 2 again, and let you know how far it goes and why it works so well. So we're going to go to red now for 5. We're up 10.
No more bets.
And the cool thing about the positive progression in phase 2 is even if you lose, anywhere you lose along the way, you're still making profit. So there's a loss there, so we're going to double. Remember, we go 5, 10, 20, 40, but that's as far as we go on doubling. And when I go over the positive progression in phase 2, you're going to see how you always pick up profit even if you lose at the end. And that's really important because a lot of, let's double again here from 10 to 20. A lot of the positive progression systems, once you lose, you could be actually in worse shape than you were before. But there's some really good ones though. There's a loss at 20, so we're going to go to 40 now on red and spin, and let's see if we can get a win. We did not, so that's as far as you can go. So now we're switching to the positive progression system, phase 2. He calls this the crane progression, and we're going to go to $25 on red. And the whole deal with this, I know you're probably saying we're not making very much money here yet. The whole deal with this is to protect your bankroll and be low risk. So we're going to go from 25 to 35. And here we go. Let's get the win at 35. And we got it, 25 red, fantastic. So now we're going to go to 40 on red. This is phase 2. Let's go ahead and get a win here at 40. Okay, we lost that one, but even though we lost at 40, we had one 35, 45, 50, we had one 60, so we picked up $20 profit. However, we're still minus 45 because we've busted a couple times, but it's not that big of a deal when you bust when it's $40 is the maximum bet. So remember that, and let's go ahead and spin before we start the progression over here. And that's a 33 black. Okay, now we can start red, 4 or 5. Let's go ahead and spin here. That's a 13 black. All right, that's a loss. So we're going to double the bet from 5 to 10 on red. Okay, that's a 10 black. All right, we're going to double from 10 to 20 now. As long as you win before 40, you're picking up profit. And that's a 22 black. Man, okay, so we're going to 40 again. But again, you don't need a big bankroll for this one because the most you can lose is at the $40 level. And we lost again. Wow. So now we go into the crane progression, phase 2. We're going to go to $25. And we've had a lot of losses, more than normal, but that's okay. I want you guys to see how this works even in tough times. And there's another loss at 4 black. And we're going to, if we don't have any win at all, we're going to stay at 25 on red. Until we at least get one win with the crane progression. And there's another loss. Okay. And I'll give you a recommendation on bankroll here soon. Let's stay at 25 on red. And there's a 0. Man, this is not turning out good, but that's okay. I want you guys to see all these systems in best and worst case scenarios. And just look at the left side of the board there. That is crazy. We finally got a red, but look at the left side. It's all black except for that. Now we're going to go from 25 to 35 on red.
No more bets.
And here we go. And we got it. So now we're going to go from 35 to 40. Positive progression, crane progression on red.
No more bets.
And we're going to ride it till it bucks us. Let's see what we get. And there's a loss. It bucked us. So, okay. So now we're minus 175. If you want to at this point, if you get down a lot, you can increase, but it increases the risk. You can go from 5 to 10 or 10 to 20. But we're going to keep it consistent here. We're going to go even for 5. And
No
let's
more
go
bets.
ahead and spin. But what I really love about this is, and we've had really bad luck so far. Remember that, but it keeps the the amount that you could lose if things go really bad down. And let's go 1 to 18 for 5
No more
now.
bets.
And here we go. And I'm going to show you what can happen if you do get on a big streak. For instance, the last bets there,
No
where
more
there
bets.
were like 10 in a row black. If we had been betting on black, I'm going to show you how crazy it is, how much we could have won. And that's really important to know as well. Let's go red for 5 now.
No more
And
bets.
you can see it's going to take a while to get it back, but at the same time, let's go over how much we can win with that progression. And let's go ahead and double again here.
No more bets.
And it goes 25, 30, 40, 60, 80, 105, 140, 190, 250, 350, 450. So you can imagine how much you would win if we had a long streak like that and they were all wins in a row with the positive progression.
No more bets.
You can win a ton of money if you're patient and wait for something like that. That's a 24 black. That's a loss at 20. So we'll go to 40.
No more bets.
Here we go. And we're almost 14 minutes in here. That's a 34 red. Okay, we got the win. And let's go 1 to 18 for 5 now.
No more
We're
bets.
minus 160. And here we go. That's a 33 black. Okay, we're going to double the bet to 10.
No more bets.
And here we go. So again, that's 25, 30, 40, 60, 80, 105, 140, 190, 250, 350, 450 on that positive progression, which means that when you, and let's go even now for 5, which means that when you win, you increase, and when you don't win, you keep the bet the same at 25. And we're 14 and a half minutes in here. All right, let's double the bet to 10 and spin. Here we go. And that's a 29 black. And that's a loss, so we'll double the bet again to 20.
No more bets.
Again, we only go up to 40. And that's a 28 black. And that's a win. So the 15 minutes is up on this one. We did lose $150. But I hope you really learned something from this one. We had some really bad numbers hit, and I think this could be a really smart way to play and not lose very much. Because if you think about this, if you start at 5, you just do 5, 10, 20, 40 martingale to start this before you go to phase 2. He says he tries to just get up $30 each time, and he says that if you do that every day of the month, that's $900 profit. And most of the time, you don't even have to go to phase 2. You can just walk. And then the good thing about that is if you have a really, really bad day, you might lose $150 like we did today. You're not going to lose thousands of dollars or $800. And keep that in mind when you're thinking about whether you're going to use this or not, because he says he'd really developed this to be a safety system that protects you. And I know a lot of you, that's really important. So test this on your simulator and let me know down in the comments how you do, because I have a feeling that it normally performs a lot better than this. And again, it's 5, 10, 20, 40 phase 1, and then phase 2 would be the opposite. Instead of a negative progression, which means you double, then you switch to a positive progression, which goes 25, 35, 40, 60, 80, 105, 140, 190, 250, 350, 450. And can you imagine if you went, like say that big string of black numbers that we had 10 in a row there, if you had gone through that entire progression, positive progression, without losing, man, you would have made a ton of money, because you start adding those up, that's thousands of dollars. So that would be pretty cool. You just have to be patient for it, and that could be a big jackpot for you. So, and then in the meantime, you're not risking very much, because it's just by stopping at 40 with the doubling in the martingale portion of this, it really helps you save that, keep that bankroll safe. And I hope that's really important to you. I really like to think about that when I'm playing as well. And but keep sending the systems in, just like Rick Clark did today with this one. Send them to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. Whether it's a system that makes a ton of money and has a little risk, or one like this that's low risk, but consistently can make money when you have decent numbers. Because I'm telling you right now, trying to win $30 and then just each time at 5, 20, 5, 10, 20, 40, most of the time you're going to do that before you even ever lose and go to phase 2. So give that a try. Let me know. Again, that's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com to send your systems in. And I love seeing them every day. You guys are fantastic. And it really helps everyone in the community out if you share your results before you go to the casino. Test them on the simulator and share your results on the simulator. And if you want to take it to the casino, take it to the casino. Share your results that you have at the casino as well, but only if you want to and if you do well with the testing. And what really is good is letting everyone else in the community see your results, and they can all learn from you just like you learn from them. And I think it's a lot of fun to see these systems come in every single day of the week and see which ones are best. So thank you, Rick Clark, for sending this one in. I think it's a lot better than where we ended up today, and I'm going to keep trying it as well. You guys test it out and let me know what you think. And this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.